Hello, and welcome to another video from Sustenance and Covering, the only YouTube channel you need to not only survive the current apocalypse, but actually enjoy it. And today's theme is waste not, want not. And the reason we're going to talk about that is because the world is dying because of waste. And if you waste, you're going to die. So if you want to survive, you've got to learn to waste not, want not. Now, here at Sustenance and Covering, we put out garbage just like everybody else. But if you go down there 2 or 3 times a week, my neighbors are putting out garbage. And here, we put out garbage 1 time a year. And when we put it out, the garbage can is only about halfway full because there should be nothing coming into your house that you can't burn, compost, feed to a pet, or bait a trap with. Now, today is the day that I have set aside to clean my deep fat fryer. This is the piece that comes out of there. Now, here we are living in a time with electricity, so the things I'm talking about are electric. But after the apocalypse, when you don't have electricity, you still may be frying and you still may be baking bread, just not with electricity. This is the deep fat fryer's pot. Yeah, that looks delicious, don't it? All right, what I always do, take a strainer and strain that oil into the pot and reuse it. Now, I think I'm not the only one that knows that. Probably a lot of people do that. My mom always did it. But there comes a point where you can't use that anymore because the oil just starts tasting bad. When that happens, we keep a can here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's clearly marked. It says waste oil. Waste oil is not waste oil. It is fuel for starting fires for cooking. And also, what's left in the bottom of this fryer is useful. See, that's old cornmeal and stuff. Now, Rachel, what is this right here?
Pan off the bread machine?
Yep, that's right. And when we, regular recipe for bread calls for 4 cups of flour and like a 1/4 cup of oil, a tablespoon of salt, tablespoon of sugar, tablespoon of yeast, something about like that. But I've got 3½ cups of flour in there. And the rest of what I'm putting in there
is the cornmeal?
Yep, the old cornmeal and grease.
Yummy.
And we don't even have to add grease to this bread because there's plenty of grease in this pot. What do we call this when we put all this in the bread machine?
Chicken bread?
Yep, that's right, chicken bread. And the reason we call it chicken bread because we just feed this to the chickens. But there's another reason we call it chicken bread. We call it chicken bread because the apocalypse ain't happened yet. But after the apocalypse, what are we going to call it?
Food?
Yeah, that's right. And I can tell you, here's what it looks like. And I'll make another video in a little while after this bakes when I give it to the chickens. But I've eaten this before. We make this all the time. In fact, every day. Sometimes I'll make bread for the chickens. I just go out and get a cup full of chicken feed to put in it. But anyways, when this is done, we'll make another video and show you how it came out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.